Hey there viewers, welcome back to another one of my homemade videos. I got something interesting once again that I'd like to share with you, and it's something that I bought today. First off, I'll just say that there's this great retro game shop that's just opened not far from here. Well, actually it hasn't just opened, it's been there a while, but they specialise in all retro games, and they also sell the new stuff, you know, the current consoles, you know, play PS3, Xbox 360 and Wii, but they also sell retro stuff. They sell Mega Drive, Master System, NES, Super Nintendo, other stuff, Game Boy, Game Gear, Mega CD, Sega Saturn, PS1, anything else I can think of, it's there, GameCube. So I've been going there once every week when I get the chance. And today I went there. As you can see, yeah, it's the bag. The shop's called Game Traders. You can trade your games in for something else. And so they get a lot of second-hand stuff in. But today I bought this. It's called the Nitro adapter for PAL and NTSC Mega Drives. Now this really caught me by surprise because it's something that I really needed, because the week before I went there, I bought Shinobi 3, but it wasn't the PAL Sega Mega Drive Shinobi 3. It was a Sega Genesis North American copy of the game. And when I took it home and I played it on my Sega Mega Drive, it wouldn't play. It's a region locked cartridge. I got this bullshit message that blocked the game, and it said developed for use only with NTSC Genesis system. And I'm like, what? You know? So I ended up taking the game back, and I swapped it for another one. A PAL game I swapped it for. But now that I got this, I wish I still had the Shinobi 3 game. I could show you how this thing works. This Nitro adapter, it gets rid of the region lock in the cartridges. It'll allow you to play PAL Mega Drive games on a North American Sega Genesis console. Even the ones that are region locked. It'll also let you play NTSC North American Genesis games on a PAL Sega Mega Drive. That's, for me, Japanese games too. I'll pull it out and show you. Now let's look at it. It looks very similar to this Master Mega Converter, which lets you play Master System games on your Mega Drive. Now it looks very similar because it's made by the same company, Home Entertainment Suppliers, which is a company that's based right here in Sydney, Australia. So I guess there's some benefits to living in Sydney, Australia, such as myself. So this thing lets you play any game, any imports on your Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. As you can see on the back, it's got a little switch box there marked 1, 2, 3. Now I know what that means. It's for the 3 different settings. Setting 1 is the PAL Mega Drive European setting. 2 is the Japanese setting, and 3 is the North American NTSC Genesis setting. As you can see, I got that flipped up because that will allow me to play American Sega Genesis games like this one, Cyborg Justice. Yes, it says Sega Genesis. I bought this from that shop today, from Game Traders. And yeah, so I'll demonstrate to you how this wonderful thing works. It's really great. Okay, let's try it. As this is the first game, guys, I'm going to test it out with this game, Virtual Racing. As you can see, it says Genesis. It's a North American Genesis version. And it clearly says on the back of the box, in small print here, operates only with NTSC televisions, Genesis and Sega CD systems purchased in North and South America. Will not operate with any other television, Genesis or Sega CD system. Yeah, my ass. Well, let's just try it, shall we? I've had this copy of this game for a long time, but I've never been able to get it up and running because it won't work in my PAL Sega Mega Drive because it's got that region lock in it. So I'll just put it in normally into the console and I'll show you the region lock message. Okay, just watch the screen. Look at this shit. Developed for use only with NTSC Genesis systems. Every time I put it in, I get that. Now, watch what happens if I put it on top of the Nitro adapter. Okay, I've got it set to the Genesis setting. As you can see, switch 3 is flipped on, so it should work now. That will override that region lock screen. Just watch the screen. Wow, look at that. It works. It worked. Fortunately, in a way, this is the only American Genesis game that I got that features a region lock in it. Like I said, if I had Shinobi 3, the Genesis copy, if I still kept it, I could show you with that. But I do have a PAL copy, and this time I'll demonstrate it again. This time in favor of the Americans. So let's just pretend that my PAL Sega Mega Drive there is an American Genesis. And I'm trying to play a PAL Sega Mega Drive European cartridge on my American Genesis. Now I've got the switch still flipped on 3, so it's on the Genesis setting. So just watch what happens. What happens? We get this bullshit message again. Developed for use only with PAL and French Sega Mega Drive systems. Yeah. Now, if I change the settings on the back, flip that one down, and flip the first one up, not the second one. Right, there you go. Switch number 1 is flipped on, which is the PAL setting. So now we should not have any more trouble. We should not get that bullshit screen again. Wow, look at that, it works. Now, as you can see, there's still borders on the screen, so it's still running in PAL 50 Hz. So this Nitro adapter, it only lets you play any game from all over the world on your Mega Drive or Genesis, whether it's 60 Hz or 50 Hz. That's what you're going to get. It doesn't let you play. It doesn't increase the speed to 60 Hz if it's an American game, or it's not going to decrease to 50 Hz. If you want to play games faster, if you want the power into say 50-60 Hertz mod, you still have to get your console modified. You have to take it somewhere to get it modified, because this only lets you play games on it. It cuts out the region lock. That's all it does. So that's that. I've got a few other North American Genesis games here, like Hellfire, Cyborg Justice, which I just bought today. But these don't have the region lock in them. They'll just play straight away as soon as I put them on my console. And I will point out, just before I finish this video, that this Nitro adapter will work on any Mega Drive, any Genesis. Just like the Master Mega Converter. It doesn't have to be a Model 1, it doesn't have to be Model 2, it doesn't matter if it's a later Model 1, which has the produced by or under license message that comes on, it'll work. I've got two Japanese cartridges, which one is Pulseman, which was a Japanese only release, and the other one is Pac-Mania. But neither of those two games feature any region lock screens in them. So it'd be pointless testing that on this, because they play on any console straight away. Yeah guys, just a few other things I just want to mention. I just thought of it now. That with this Nitro adapter cartridge, it's got that notch on the side, so that means you can play it in a Japanese Sega Mega Drive, and the key will just lock in there and it'll work. That's what that's for. Just like that. See? This is a Japanese cartridge. Pulseman. And the other thing I just thought about is that if you've got it on top, if you put a Japanese cartridge on top of this, it'll prevent you from widening the slot on your Mega Drive. Huh, how neat is that, eh? Because the shape of the Nitro adapter cartridge is the same as any Western cartridge cover case. So isn't that neat, eh? It prevents you from widening your own slot. You just flip it to whatever setting, to whatever country you live in, region. So if you've got a Genesis, American Genesis, just flip it to the Japanese setting. And if you live in a power region like me, just do the same and it'll work. And this is the other Japanese cartridge that I got, Pac-Mania. So they're the only two I got, but they haven't got that region lock message screen in them, so they'll work. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care of yourself. Bye.